What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the House of Dale. I got a good one for you today. We're going to do it on the Mandela Effect. So stick around and I'll explain some of it to you in a minute. But first, if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, like, share. On Rumble, hit the follow, like, and share. Leave a comment down below if you like what I'm doing. Leave a comments down below on some of the stuff we're going to be going over. So let's get into this. The Mandela Effect. It first started off in 2009 by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome, claiming she had remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison back in the 80s. But the truth of the matter is, supposedly, Mandela died in 2013. He was released in prison in 1990 and became the South African president in 1994. Thus, in 2009, began the Mandela Effect, which, if you want to go even further, something called CERN was fired up in 2008. That's a totally different video for another day, but today we're sticking with the Mandela Effect. What it basically is, people remembering one thing one way and other people remembering a different way. So let's get into this and see what you think. Let's roll it. All right, the first one we got here is a very popular one. It's Sinbad playing Shazam. Now, I'll tell you something. I remember this movie. I do. I remember him playing Shazam. But according to now the Mandela Effect, or new timeline, whatever you want to call it, it was a movie Kazam starring Shaquille O'Neal. But no, I don't remember that. Let's play this. Let's roll it. I remember Shazam with Sinbad. We're about to find out what's going on here. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom, look at that. Sinbad, Shazam, VHS. I knew that movie existed. I knew it did. Here they are telling us we're crazy. Yeah. How about that? Leave your comments below if you remember that movie. I do. All right, on this one, we got Captain versus Captain Crunch. I guess that's how you want to say it, Captain Crunch. How do y'all remember it? I remember Captain being on the box, Captain Crunch. But now they're saying it's Cap in Crunch. I remember it, Captain Crunch. You leave in the comments below what you think it used to be or is. Used to be. Because now they're saying it's Captain Crunch. To me, that this don't even sound right. It's Captain Crunch to me. Alright, let's get to the next one, see what we got. Oscar Mayer. Okay. This is another big one. How do you remember this being spelt? Is it M-E-Y-E-R or M-A-Y-E-R? I remember it M-E-Y-E-R. That's the way I've always remembered it. But now they're saying it's M-A-Y-E-R. Leave your comments below. How do you remember this? Is this another Mandela Effect, or everybody's just remembering it wrong? It's crazy. Let's get to the next one. Monopoly. Yes, this is another big one. I was wondering if we was going to get to this one or not. I think everybody knows, if you have watched any Mandela Effect videos, you know this is always on them. The Monopoly man, does he have a monocle or does he not have one? I've always remembered him having a monocle. And I think everybody that I talk to remembers him having a monocle. But guess what? They're saying the monocle never existed. I mean, it don't even look right without the monocle, to me. Here we go. That's another one of them Mandela Effects. Are we just remembering wrong, or are we in a different timeline? Because if you remember at the beginning of the video, I said CERN was fired up in 2008. That's a lot of connection there that can be got into in a different video. But I remember this dude having a monocle. Y'all leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. Let's get to the next one. Here we go. Another one. Is it Cheez-Its or Cheez-It? I'm going to be honest with you. I never really paid attention to this one. I never really... But people I have talked to said they remember the Cheez-Its with the I-T Z. But no, apparently that's not it. It's Cheese It. Like I said, I don't remember that one because I never really ate them that much. I just noticed the box and grabbed it and didn't think nothing about it. So you leave in the comments below which one do you remember that one. Let's get to the next one. The Flintstones. Yeah, here's another one. I do know. Is it the Flintstones or the Flintstones? How do you remember it? I've always remembered it as the Flintstones. But again, I was just a kid, so, but the Flintstones, the Flintstones. Some of it just don't sound right, though, does it, folks? When you stop and think about it. Is it the Mandela Effect, or are we just remembering it wrong? But I remember the Flintstones. That's what I remember. Leave your comments below what you remember. That's what we got next. Ed McMahon. Oh, yes. This is another one. Y'all remember the Publishing Clearinghouse? I do anyway. I do remember watching them commercials come on TV where Ed McMahon shows up at your door telling you won the Publishing Clearinghouse. I remember that. I remember that being associated with his picture and everything. Well, guess what? Now they're saying he ain't had nothing to do with it. That's crazy. Because I specifically remember him showing up in the commercials, knocking on people's doors. Am I wrong about that? I mean, I remember that. I guess I'm living in an alternate universe. Because y'all leave in the comments below. That's crazy because I remember Ed McMahon having something to do with that. And the yellow envelope. That's right. I mean, it's getting some crazy stuff, man. Y'all leave in the comments below what you think. Let's get to the next one. All right, we got I Love Lucy here. The famous line out of I Love Lucy. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. I can't say for sure because I never really watched this show, but my wife swears up and down that he did say that in the show. That Lucy, you got some explaining to do. But apparently now they're saying it says this. Explain that if you can. That don't even sound right. I don't even watch the show, but that don't even sound right to me. Y'all leave in the comments below, because that, to me, that don't even sound right, and I never hardly even watched the show. So, Play It Again, Sam. This is referring to the movie Casablanca. Apparently, Play It Again, Sam was never said. This is another one of them I can't really say, but I've heard everybody say, Play It Again, Sam. My wife says she remembers it being Play It Again, Sam. But it really says, Play It Once, Sam, for old time's sake. You know, that's another one that I don't even have to watch the movie to tell you that don't even sound right. I mean, this stuff gets crazy, folks. Leave in the comments below if you remember it one way or which way do you remember it. Let's go to the next one. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. This is really one right here. In 1989 in the Tillman Square protest. I think everybody has seen this picture or the footage. They're saying, I remember this joker getting unalived. That's the best way I can say it for YouTube. But now they're saying, nah, he never got hurt. I remember something running over something. That's all I'm going to say about it, because it was a big, big deal. You leave in the comments below on this one. I'm anxious to hear your thoughts on this one. I really am. On to the next one. That's crazy. Huh. This is crazy here in its own. I didn't know this joker died. Neil Armstrong. I thought he was still alive. Apparently in 2012, he's no longer with us. But there wasn't nothing in the news about it. Or we didn't pay attention to it. Or did we forget? I'll let you decide on that one, because that's mind-boggling to me. Matter of fact, sitting here watching it, that's the first time I heard about it. That ought to tell you something. Either I'm not that far out of touch with news. Y'all ought to know that. Let's go to the next one. Oh, okay. Now they're really messing with us. Because this was one of my favorite songs when I was growing up. Matter of fact, this was one of my first songs I learned to play on the guitar. I mean, Joan Jett was the bomb back in the 80s. She was. And if you're going to tell me the lyrics have been changed in I Love Rock and Roll, you have to go back to the original, because many people don't know that this is actually a cover song. And oddly enough, I have heard the cover song. And I swear that I remember it saying, I seen him standing there by the record machine. And in the original, it was, I forget the name of the guys that done it, but I saw her standing there by the record machine. That's the way I've always remembered it. Now, I've even listened to the song today in my car on my flash drive, and guess what? It says, I seen him dancing there by the record machine. I'm like, well, how did they change it on my flash drive? I don't know. I remember standing, not dancing. But the only way, man, y'all leave in the comments below if that's the way you remember it, or, like, again, am I living in an alternate reality where remembering things wrong due to CERN in Europe? Look it up. Let's go to the next one. Leave in the comments. Wow. Lindenberg Baby. Oh my goodness. I don't know much about this one. I know other people have covered it, so I'm just going to tell you what the deal is. Charles Lindbergh's son was kidnapped, and the entire world focused their attention on the story. Everybody remembers the case going cold, but they sadly found the body and sentenced the killer to death for a heinous crime. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know hardly anything about that, so I can't really say one way or the other. But you can leave in the comments of what you think. But the Mandela effect on this is people don't remember the baby or the killer being found. Like this one I don't know much about. So y'all leave in the comments below what you think about this in one way or the other. Let's get to the next one. Okay. I know this one. I really do. And I know this line for sure. If you build it, he will come. That's the way I remembered it. But the Mandela effect is saying, if you build it, they will come. My wife says she remembers it. If you build it, they will come. But I know it's been, he will come, because at the end of it, Ray Liotta points toward the catcher, Kevin Costner's dad in the movie. If you build it, he will come. And points toward the catcher. So I remember that. I mean, to me, I don't even know how they got that, man. I mean, I guess some people remember it that way and some people don't, but I've always known it was, if you build it, he will come. So leave in the comments below of what you think it was. On to the next one. Oh, we got one here. Tomb Raider. The Mandela effect on this one is everybody remembers it being Laura Croft, Laura, when in reality it's Lara. The way I remember it is Lara, because I know too many people that played the game. So me, a lot of people remember it the other way. Are we living in alternate realities? Again, leave your comments below on what you think about this. But to me, I remember it the way they said it was, because I know a lot of my family used to play that game a lot. So, on to the next one. All right, we got another interesting one here. Billy Zane or Arnold Vosloo, I think that's how you say his name. They're saying Billy Zane played the mummy. The Mandela Effect is Billy Zane playing the mummy, but reality is Arnold Vosloo playing the mummy. And I know this one too is Arnold Vosloo playing the mummy. I've always known that. Matter of fact, I was watching G.I. Joe. He was in G.I. Joe. I said, dang, that's the mummy right there. And it was Arnold Vosloo. I said, I thought that's who that was. But a lot of people think it was Billy Zane. That's the Mandela Effect on this one. Leave in the comments below if you think Billy Zane, if you remember Billy Zane playing the mummy, or do you remember Arnold Vosloo? I hope I'm not butchering his name. Let's go to the next one. All right, we got another big one here, apparently. Top Gun. At the end of Top Gun, Tom Cruise proves himself as a pilot. Him and Iceman, Val Kilmer. The memory of fans that Iceman says, you can ride my tail anytime, to which Maverick responds, and you can ride mine. However, and this has changed, does not exist in the film. Instead, Iceman actually says, you can be my wingman anytime. And Maverick responds, you can be mine. I remember it being, you can be my wingman anytime. That's the way I remember it. I do remember it being, you can be my wingman anytime. The other one, neither one of them sound right on that. It's, you can be my wingman anytime. I remember it being, you can be my wingman anytime. I mean, the Mandela Effect. Leave in the comments below if you remember one way, or you remember you can be my wingman anytime. But that's the way I remember it. So, let's go to the next one. Ooh. Oh, we got a good one here. The Passion of the Christ. The Mandela Effect on this is Mel Gibson played Jesus. We're going to get into this right now. I could tell you this right now. Mel Gibson didn't play Jesus. He directed the thing. There's one part that he did play in this movie when Jesus draws the line in the sand. That was Mel Gibson. Excuse me. Let's play it. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Jim Caviezel. Yeah. I remember that because you seen the dude everywhere after this movie come out. I remember him being on Jay Leno, talking about him getting struck by lightning, making the movie. Not only that, they made a joke. Well, my initials are JC, and I'm 32, and Jesus Christ was 32. So, but in reality, Mel Gibson directed it, and I remember Jim Caviezel playing Jesus in The Passion of the Christ. To me, that's not, I don't know how they're getting that, but again, how are they getting all the other ones? Leave in the comments below, who do you remember playing Jesus in The Passion of the Christ? On to the next one. Alright, I think this is the last one on this one we got. Stevie Wonder. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know anything about this one. I don't even know if I've heard the song, to be honest with you. I probably have and didn't realize it. But a lot of people believe it. She's a Bad Mama Jama was done by Stevie Wonder. But in reality, it was done by Carl Carlton and released in 1981. Again, I don't know anything about this one, so I can't say one way or the other. But you can leave in the comments below, who do you remember singing the song? That'd be interesting to find out, who do y'all remember. Alright, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that episode. But I'm going to add one more in there, from the Empire Strikes Back Star Wars, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker scene, where Luke Skywalker gets his hand cut off by his father. I know everybody remembers that one being Luke, I am your father. But now they're saying, no, I am your father. That's how it goes. I'm going to say something about that. I remember it being Luke, I am your father, but reason I'm going to kind of don't know if that's a Mandela effect on this one is because George Lucas has a habit of changing Star Wars every time you turn around. Every time he re-releases it, there's something added or took out. And then that's no denying the fact. So we don't know if he actually took that out or just messing with everybody, because I know there was an interview with James Earl Jones, him saying he remembered saying, Luke, I am your father. So again, I don't know if that's chalked up to the Mandela effect or George Lucas effect. So if you like this episode, give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment below of what you think or how you remember things. We tried to get some that wasn't so popular that other people have covered. I know there's some of them in there that people have covered, but hey, that's the way it goes. So if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe, rumble, hit the follow, like, share, leave comments below. Tell me what you think. Until next time, the House of Dale, we out of here.